At its heart, a community is a collective identity directed by a shared purpose. From our identity and purpose, we know what's right and wrong, we know what's important, and we know what's worth protecting. Without community, we experience an inversion that defines our age. Once fundamental truths are now up for debate, and our lives have become aimless as we hide from doom using distractions meant to dull instead of empower. Even the youth has been robbed of its limitless potential as they stoop into a phone to see a world other than their own. If we can identify what's destroying our communities, we can create a solution. So here's the problem. Number 1, we don't know what ideas, beliefs, or principles our neighbors have or want. Without shared identity and face-to-face forums, people become a black box, stopping us from getting to know each other. Number 2, anything meaningful that's worth saying is controversial to someone. Yet authentic expression is the cornerstone of trust and friendship. Without it, real relationships don't form. And this disparity accounts for 30% of millennials feeling always or often lonely, and 22% stating they have no friends. The fear of reputational damage is simply too great to justify sharing a thought that might upset someone else. But if connections are made despite barriers, how do they effectively unify to make change? Number 3, without an effective framework to manage group direction, unity falls apart. Traditional guiding power structures in the form of social societies, religious institutions, and local governance cling to accomplishments of men long dead, while doing nothing to stop our decay. We need a new way to cultivate and direct our ambition. In short, communities have become blind to others, deaf to true speech, and dumb to real leadership. The good news is, we still have the pieces of a great community. We just need to bring them together. And here's how it's done. Ignorance becomes awareness with user-created have and want variables to freely describe your personal values and tell the world what you want, allowing you to find any specific kind of person with the first truly open-ended social media platform. Unrestricted variable functionality asks you to repurpose Copelod to fulfill your ambition. Best of all, trending variables are sorted locally and globally so you can discover the haves and wants of your office, neighborhood, or city. Like-minded strangers can finally find each other directly instead of going through single-purpose platforms designed to limit your access to the people you need. But displaying your haves and wants for the world sounds risky, and it is, especially if you want to make a big impact. That's why Copelod has developed a public and private dual profile system with local geolocation obfuscation so you can speak the truth to people you may meet in real life without the fear of reputational risk. This means users have access to a public and private profile with information visibility controls so you can curate what connections or strangers see on both profiles. Likewise, your location can be moved within a few miles from your true location. Just enough to hide your identity, but close enough to stay in your local community ecosystem, effectively validating your profile as a real person, but with enough protection for you to speak the truth. Now that you're able to find the right people and speak authentically, it's time to officially form a group so you can start putting your collective power into action. Copelod's groups utilizes a novel governance method that simplifies a real-life democracy for easy and effective governance. Governance that ignores traditional online autocratic rule and instead evolves with changing user demands, giving members meaningful decision-making power and the robust framework necessary to grow and direct an impactful organization capable of competing with billionaires. If you're young and feeling powerless, start your cause on Copelod by finding others like you and forming an organized group with power. Or if you're feeling behind in life and wish you could have done more, this is your chance to become someone worth remembering. There are no qualifications for a meaningful life. The opportunity exists for everyone. So use Copelod to pull the power of your community together and become what you were meant to be by becoming a force of change. Not by joining a faceless online group, but instead working in real life with your neighbors, colleagues, and the people who matter to restore your home. Watch our deep dive sessions. Submit your haves and wants and receive free access to premium tier features by investing at copelod.app.
Speak, find,
Join.
Copelod.app.